Yeah, Jake, early, but there's plenty of energy here with the drum line behind me. As you can see, lots of excitement. We've already seen one bus pull up on the other side. Some students starting to trickle in here on the first day of school. So like I said, a lot of excitement here at Lincoln High School in Tacoma. I'm also joined by the State Superintendent, Chris Reykdal. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good to see you all, yeah.
So a new school year. How are you feeling today heading into this new year?
You know, really good statewide compared to where we were 2 years ago and even last year. Full school participation. Kids are involved. We've got bands. We've got athletics, academics. Great start already. Looking forward to a really good year.
Sure. And of course, lots of excitement here in Tacoma, but the same cannot be said for many districts across the Puget Sound area. What's your message to families whose students have been home or were home the last couple of weeks because of the teachers' strike?
Yeah, 295 districts around the state. We still have probably 2 or 3 districts that are wrapping up. I'm confident they will do that soon. A little patience here, but both those sides need to get together. In Seattle, a couple other districts, they need to get the deal done and get kids back in classrooms.
Sure. And what's the message to parents who had to have their kids stay home a little bit longer into the summer here?
Yeah, it's definitely inconvenient and tough for some families for sure. Just a reminder, in our state, students' constitutional rights come first, so those days get made up. If there's a delay to start school, we add days on the end, or we cut a spring break, or we do something, but those instructional days and hours, they're going to happen.
Yeah, that's important to keep in mind. And then this is something that we've covered a lot here on King 5, but the staffing shortages that we're seeing in schools. It's been difficult to keep teachers in schools. What are you doing to make sure that teachers stay and that we retain them?
Yeah, it's a really complicated, multi-part strategy, and thank goodness in the state of Washington we're nowhere like the rest of the country, but we do have some impacts. We've got certain subjects that struggle. We've got educators who work with students with disabilities. That's always a staffing challenge for us. So compensation matters a lot, right? And mental health matters a lot, and class size matters. So these are the reasons you see some tensions around the state. The state has invested significantly to address those, which is why we are nowhere in the shape that other parts of the country are, but we do still have some of our own challenges.
Sure. And then just one last question about enrollment. We've seen some enrollment go down. Seattle Public Schools has gone down up there. What are you doing about that? What does that look like in terms of in the budget? Put that into perspective to us. What happens when the enrollment goes down?
Yeah, compared to our peak of 3 years ago, our enrollments are down about 4% statewide. So it's not a significant impact or loss. And what it mostly is young families who delayed the start of school for their child. So it's not that many students have left public school. It's that they didn't start them as 5- and 6-year-olds. They've thought, hey, I'm going to homeschool for a little while. I'm going to make sure we get through this COVID impact and then come back. We're already seeing those numbers bounce back. It'll take a couple of years, but parents make really important choices for their families, and we respect that. What I want them to know is these schools are ready for them. We've got the best educators in the world. We've got a great system of learning and recovery, and if they put their kids in public school, they're going to get a great education. And
that starts today here at Lincoln High School in Tacoma. Plenty of excitement, as I said here, and we're going to end this. Coming up in about 15 minutes, we're actually talking to the new principal of the school here, but we're going to throw it to the drum line because I feel like they've been waiting for this moment. They're great. Thank you.
Well, you know, it's early for high schoolers. I mean, it's not even 7 a.m. So if they're stumbling into school kind of sleepy-eyed from summer, they're going to be awake after hearing the drum line, right?
Yeah. Time to wake up for the drum line.
Could you imagine that being your alarm clock?
So good. I don't know how they do it. I was never a drummer.
Oh, man. It's so fun to watch, for sure. Okay, there you go. Let's go Tacoma. Have a great day at the first day, Tacoma.